to this game, the Gamicon 2015, Team 101 versus the God Supports. We'll see if the God Supports live up to their name. The first ban is coming in from Team God Supports. They don't want to see Tusk in this game. They're sick and tired of snowballs. They don't want any ice shards. They don't want any war sponges. They just want a good, clean, frost-free game. Team 101 with their logo as John Cena, looking particularly stunned. Maybe they're looking to get aggressive. Who knows? They'll reveal something with their first ban. The Doom, not wanting to have their heroes permanently silenced. Well, it feels like permanently when Doom is cast on you. It just lasts forever. God Supports banning out the Alchemist, not wanting to have to constantly fight back against a hero that'll have significantly more farm than them, given the same amount of creeps. Team 101, what will they look to ban out with their second ban? Banning out the Doom first, they might look to ban out the Undying. They don't want to have to deal with a Tombstone or the additional damage from his ultimate and the Flesh Heap stacks. God Supports, their first pick is the Slaughter. It'll be interesting to see where God Supports choose to lane this, be it the off lane, the safe lane. Slaughter has proven to be much more versatile than previously thought. People have realized that all you need is to get level 6 on him and you can gank pretty much any lane very effectively, with Sprint allowing him to get in quickly, cast his amplified damage, and get out equally quickly. For Team 101, they'll get to pick up their first 2 heroes in the next rotation, and digging into their X trying to do so. They pick up the Queen of Pain for their mid lane, and following that they'll probably pick up one of their support duo. It's unlikely that they'll reveal both their mid and one of their cores in the first picking phase, but stranger things have happened in Dota. Knowing things like Team Secret picking up a tiny support, throwing creeps into the mid lane. What is this madness? Long may it continue. Team 101 thinking carefully about their next pick, almost digging into their extra time, and settling into what is another great game of the Gamicon 2015. Hopefully we'll see some good team fights, some Queen of Pain ultimates landing on 5 heroes as opposed to none, some Slaughter, Blink Crushes, and some Earthshaker and Dunks. Earthshaker, a very, very versatile hero, very disruptive for melee heroes that need to get in to cast spells like Slaughter, and he'll provide some great protection for the Queen of Pain, whilst being able to gank God Supports his mid lane very early with that Fissure, always putting an extra thorn in the enemy mid laner's side. God Supports looking out to pick up their second hero of their lineup. As with Team 101, this is more likely a support hero, and it is the Lion, countering the good roamer Earthshaker with an equally good roamer in the Lion. Lion providing some good disable for the Queen of Pain as well, being able to prevent her from blinking away with the Earth Spike and the Hex, and God Supports choosing to ban out the defensive Winter Wyvern. With the aggressive and defensive potential of the Earthshaker, they didn't want to allow Team 101 any additional defensive potential in the Winter Wyvern. Team 101 getting into their next ban, and that may reveal what they don't want to deal with. They ban out the Templar Assassin, ensuring that God Supports don't have a ridiculous amount of minus armor, and God Supports banning out the Tiny, clearly afraid of Tiny tossing Earthshaker into a 5-man Echo Slam, and just not wanting to deal with the immense split push potential that Tiny has. Team 101 now thinking long and hard about their final ban of this phase. What will they ban? Will it be a core like the Ember Spirit? Will it be a support like the Dazzle, which has seen so much play throughout both pro and pub play recently? A very, very strong hero with well-coordinated teams and a skilled Dazzle player. And seeing as their team's name is God Supports, this is highly likely to come from the God Supports team. They're thinking very hard about this next one, using almost 40 seconds of bonus time, and they ban the Wind Ranger. They don't want to have to deal with that arrow shooting, wind ranging, focus firing wench. Team 101 looking to pick up their third hero, most likely in the other part of their support duo. Maybe something that could roam with the Earthshaker, or just a lane dominator that in the Lich. Lich just sacrificing creeps, making sure that whatever offlaner or safe laner, if they run Lich in the offlane, that God Supports will run, they will suffer inexperience in farm, just due to him sacrificing them to his own mana. Lich gonna have your mana. Speaking of mana manipulators, God Supports pick up the Invoker for their mid lane. Carl, very, very annoying hero with very, very versatile spells, being able to be anything from a right click carry to intense on spell damage if they go Quas Exhort, or very, very significant control in team fights if they go Quas Wex. Carl, a very versatile hero, and with his good attack animation and not too terrible projectile speed, may be able to keep up with the Queen of Pain in the mid lane. Team 101 looking to get their fourth hero, in most likely probably their offlane hero, unless they're on the Earthshaker in the offlane, but it will be their safe lane farming Juggernaut. A good hero to pick against Invoker because of his ability to Blade Fury out of any shenanigans from Invoker. If Invoker chooses to go Quaswex, he can ensure that he won't get mana drained by using Spin. He can avoid lots of the spell damage with the Spin, and overall a very strong carry that will be able to evade a lot of their initiation if he manages to get the Blade Fury or his Omni Slash off in a team fight. God Supports' heroes apart from Slaughter are both fairly squishy. Invoker not high on the health pool, Lion also towards the bottom end. So if Juggernaut does manage to get in on the backline, he will wreak havoc, but to stop him from getting there is the Wraith King. King Leoric, formerly Skeleton King, but changed probably due to copyright reasons from Blizzard. Wraith King, a very, very strong carry. He does tend to get kited, and with Earthshaker throwing down fissures and stuns and Queen of Flame blinking away, he might have a bit of a tough time, but he will be able to tank through the initiation of Team 101 simply because, well, most of the time he'll be able to live again. And with that final pick, we go into the last ban phase. Team 101 seeing what hero they do not want to see. What hero will wreck their lineup and cause them great pain and havoc. Time will tell which hero this is, and they don't want an Ancient Apparition. They want the Juggernaut Healing Ward to be able to be down. They want to be able to gain health in fights through things like a Mechanism on the Lich and an Octarine Core on their Queen of Pain. They don't want to have their life drain stymied. This may indicate that they want a life-stealing hero for their final hero, and we'll see what this is. They only have 27 seconds and 23 seconds of reserve time to make sure that they pick the hero that fits their lineup the most. Most likely an offlane hero or another support if they're going to run Earthshaker in the offlane role, something that is seen fairly rarely, but it's not entirely impossible. And They got 4 seconds regular time to decide what final piece of their lineup best fits what they want to do with this game. Right now, Team 101 have a lot of team fight, and they're looking to turn it into a team fight into push lineup with a Dragon Knight. This will throw up their lanes a bit. Dragon Knight known most for his mid lane, but they may want to run him as an offlane carry or a safe lane carry with Juggernaut in the offlane. Time will tell how they run this, and God supports respond with a Bounty Hunter. So if Team 101 is looking to team fight, God supports are looking to profit off of it. The extra gold gained from Bounty Hunter and the track will also counteract any potential Shadow Blade play from Dragon Knight. A popular build in the item, just allowing him to get in and use his very, very short range Dragon Tail stun. But both teams fairly well rounded. Nice balance of the team fight, decent split push, and decent distribution of spell and physical damage. I'll take this time to introduce the teams. We have Fear on the Queen of Pain. We have Musty on the Lich, Potong Naharos on the Juggernaut, Your Mom, as everyone's mom particularly, on the Earthshaker, Idi Nabobo on the Dragon Knight, and for Team God Supports, or Team #DG, we have Murasame on the Slaughter, we have Max Melanchan on the Lion, BM on the Bounty Hunter, Zeno Markelov on the Wraith King, and Kaneki on the Invoker. Game looking like it's going to get underway. And away we go. Heroes buying up their initial items. Looking like it's probably going to be a Wraith King in the safe lane, Slaughter on the off lane, and on the team of the Radiant we have Dragon Knight and Juggernaut both wandering up to the top rune. The Queen of Pain going towards the bottom rune, meaning it'll most likely be a safe lane Queen of Pain unless they choose to rotate her up at some point very, very soon. And both teams looking to contest the wards fairly strongly. At this point I'd say Team DG or Team God Supports has a better disable potential, so that they probably have a more significant play on the runes. Invoker has choose to go Wex level 1, not your most common build. Most Invokers choosing to go either Exort for the extra damage or Quas for the lane regen, but Wex indicating that it might be a Quas Wex Invoker just for the extra control. Bounty Hunter and Slaughter wandering through the Radiant jungle looking to find someone, and as the bounty runes are about to spawn, we will see both teams rotate out and try to secure the runes. With 4 heroes in the top lane for Team 101, they secure top rune, while Kaneki easily claims the bot rune, and we settle into the laning phase. The Dire have placed a sentry ward on top of the Radiant hill, just to give Kaneki some superior vision, with no returning ward for Irina Bobo. Skilling up his Breathe Fire at level 1 to gain some AoE damage and damage reduction. A nice buff to the spell that was once fairly underwhelming. It allows Dragon Knight to lane better by reducing his fellow mid laner's damage, and they trade fairly evenly at this point. For now, the Team 101 are running a tri-lane with Lich, Earthshaker and Juggernaut on the top lane, and Team DG are responding with dual lane. Oh, and Bounty Hunter gets a crucial kill on Team 101's courier. He was standing in the middle of the lane waiting for that courier to come, deliver Dragon Knight his bottle, and he gets it. That bottle will be delayed by 2 minutes. This will mean that Dragon Knight will have a much poorer time in this lane. Sure, he has his Dragon Blood health regen, but he has no mana regen, so you'll only be able to spam out so many spells before he's out of mana. And Invoker, we're seeing a crossworks Invoker, already invoking MP and Cold Snap, getting ready to drain all of Dragonite's mana, seeing as he now does not have a bottle. In the mid lane battle, it's fairly even, with both laners at 5 and 2, 6 and 2, trading particularly not trading all too much. And in the top lane, Juggernaut, he's getting a decent amount of farm. The Slaughter is equaling him at this point, despite the draining from the Lich. And the Dire have elected to rotate out their double stun lane of Lion and Wraith King to the bot lane, attempting to shut down this Queen of Pain before she gets very big. Invoker, he buys an early phase boots. Bounty Hunter having rotated into the mid lane, but with the Sentry Ward placed in the lane, Indian Dota will see this coming, but he responds fairly slowly. Bounty Hunter is giving them hello, little love tap, and then moving about his business. In the bottom lane, they've gone on the Queen of Pain, and she managed to get first blood on the Lion, even having used her blink. She gets her second Shadow Strike, which won't be able to bring down the Wraith King, but he hasn't found her. Her blink's off cooldown, but she manages to get the stun before she can get the blink off, and he gets the kill. He eats another tree to try to get away. He pops his salve and baits in the Earthshaker. The Earthshaker, he's far in. He eats another tango, he eats another thing, and in the top lane, Slardar goes down, and the Earthshaker goes down in the bottom as well. Overall, all around the map, we have a 2-for-1 trade in favor of Team DG, leading to about a 600 gold swing in their favor. And this is the courier for the Radiant has respawned, and it will deliver Dragonite his bottle, so his period of misery is mostly over. Now he just has to do with the remainder of his laning phase against a ranged hero. The courier is pinged out, Bounty Hunter is in the area, but with it being flying, it's less likely to be killed at this point in time. Indian Dota electing to sacrifice some XP and farm in the lane just to get the top rune, and bottle it. And this will allow him to stay in the lane a little longer. Earthshaker has rotated in to try get the kill on the Invoker, but with an Invis rune, Indian Dota may be able to get this kill. He sees the Bounty Hunter rotating in. He stuns the Invoker. He gets the follow-up stun from the Earthshaker, but it's just not enough, and Invoker manages to cold snap out. There is a Radiant Sentry Ward, but Invoker is running back to base. The gank attempt on him falls just short, and Dragonite is left to farm in the lane on his own merriment. In the top lane, Juggernaut has overtaken the Slaughter by quite a significant margin. Slaughter is only level 4, with the denials from Lich meaning that they have additional XP. The Bounty Hunter does rotate in to try help the Slaughter. Maybe with the extra damage they will be able to kill this Lich. There's no Sentry Ward down this lane to detect this, so the Bounty Hunter may be able to get a good position on the Lich. His Shadow Walk is wearing out fairly soon, and with one blast from the Lich, the Bounty Hunter has picked his moment. He goes in. Slardar sprints in. The Juggernaut does use his Blade Fury to counteract some of the aggression, and he sees the Bounty Hunter. The Lich denies another creep and shows himself in the lane, and the Slardar tries to get him. He fakes the stun, does not quite get it, and the Bounty Hunter just not close enough to get that last right click. Lich escaping with his life, but with the Lion rotating in, this might mean a dead Juggernaut. Stun, crush, Earth Spike, dead. A great rotation from Melanchan, meaning that the Juggernaut doesn't go down, but with one Fisher from your mom right up the Bounty Hunter's backside, they do get a trade. And overall, it's a fairly even trade across the map. The Wraith King has managed to pick up his Hand of Midas, indicating that Team DG, the God supports, are looking to take this into the late game, where they arguably... It's an interesting point, this late game. While they do have the Wraith King to deal a lot of damage and Slaughter to have a lot of control. Team 101 have more, I believe they have more carry potential into the late game, so we'll see how this plays out. Melanchan, he feels, Irina Bobo smells something fishy, pops his dragon form to dissuade any aggression from Melanchan, and Melanchan runs into a different part of the mid lane. With Slaughter continuing to be all by himself in the top lane, he's gotten almost up to level 6. He's got his triangle boots, and he'll be looking to get his blink dagger sometime soon. However, there are 3 heroes positioned against him, and if Team 101 can find the right initiation, that's a nice combination of spells from Team 101. The Lich Blast slowing down Slaughter enough so that Juggernaut can just walk next to him, use the level 3 Blade Fury, 1 fissure from Earthshaker, and he goes down. In the mid lane, we have a nice Tornado EMP from the Invoker, a great Hex from Lion on top of it, and the Cold Snap should mean the demise of the Juggernaut, but he's just too tanky. He has too much armor, too much regen, and 2 supports rotate in from Team 101. The fissure slightly blocking out the Lion, allowing him to return safely, and now the God supports look to turn it. The Slaughter chasing it onto the Juggernaut, trying to bait out the Blade Fury. Juggernaut not choosing to lose that game of chicken. In the bottom lane, we have the Wraith King farming up against the Queen of Pain. It's not fun because of the constant shadow strikes, and the Queen of Pain has been very good at denying. 34 last hits and 11 denies means that Xeno is almost at full level behind the Queen of Pain. And there he uses his ultimate. And the Queen of Pain pops the ultimate, blinks out before support can rotate in. But if they manage to spot her here, she could be in a lot of trouble. She's only got 7 seconds until that blink. A nice stun from the Lion, a Hex. He's going to start trying to drain his mana. And the Wraith King, he fakes the stun, but he just doesn't get the cost animation. Oh, but a great Tornado from the Invoker has caught the Queen of Pain in them. He gets the Cold Snap, and she's getting very close. Lich and Queen of Pain go down. And in the top lane, Bounty Hunter's almost dead, but the Juggernaut should be able to run him down. Slaughter, he lands his amplified damage, he lands his crush, and there's the Juggernaut. Oh, the bounces go in his favor. One last bounce in the Slaughter, one last right click gets him to go down before the creeps kill the Juggernaut. Overall, a 2-for-2 trade across the map, and 50 gold in favor of Team 101. But in the bot lane, Wraith King is allowed a little bit of time just to get some solo farm. He's picked up probably his brown boots just for additional movement. He minuses a nice jungle creep to get some extra farm and experience, and we'll see what build he goes into. He might choose to go in more traditional trades build, they've spotted out the Bounty Hunter in the top lane with a Sentry Ward. A nice fissure, Blade Fury means that he will tick down mostly. Another Sentry Ward is placed. Lich gets in range for the Frost Blast, and he goes down too. The amplified damage has been applied onto 2 of the Radiant heroes, so they need to be careful. The Lich getting some additional armor from a new pair of Tranquil Boots, but that may not prove to be enough. Irina Bobo, he's farming pretty decently in the middle lane. He is second in terms of net worth, greater than the Invoker, and he's managed to pick up Treads and a Bracer. The Queen of Pain, she's picked up Solitary Treads, extra little bit of right clicks going down. The Invoker pings that he wants to gank the Queen of Pain, so she may feel a little bit of heat coming in some point soon. With the level 1 blink, she may actually go down to just the Wraith King and the Invoker, but the Wraith King, he's all by himself for now, and the Queen of Pain senses weakness. She goes for some more blood. She's walking closer and closer to the Wraith King. She blinks in, she screams, Wraith King stuns, and he's just not dead, but he goes down with the tick from the Shadow Strike. In the top lane, an even trade goes away and they kill the Lich, but a 600 gold swing towards Team 101 as they lose a very farm carry, whereas Team 101 lose only a Lich support. Fear looks to turn the kill onto the Wraith King into a little bit of tower damage, right clicking to his heart's content. hitting the creep wave down. And in the mid lane, the Invoker misses a right click onto the Dragon Knight. The Bounty Hunter has rotated in, but he doesn't have any damage at this point. The Wraith King, he also TP's in, but he's just too late to land his crucial stun onto the Dragon Knight. But he'll just look to push out the wave with his 3 levels in Vampiric Aura, meaning the creeps will lifesteal back a lot of the damage that they take, allowing the lane to push. But he says, my time here is done. I've wasted enough time TPing to your not kill, and he's just going to farm the jungle. At the bottom rune, Bounty Hunter is looking to take it away from the Queen of Pain. He sees the courier, but he chooses just to get the rune and run away. In the top lane, Juggernaut, he gets a bit scared, but then a nice fissure from the Earthshaker will allow them to turn back in. The bounces of the Omni Slash favor the Juggernaut. The Lion goes down, the Slardar just runs away. In the jungle, we've got the Wraith King farming, waiting for his ultimate to cool down. Bounty Hunter just sapping some solo experience, trying to get that level 6 as quickly as possible so he can get the track as well. But Queen of Pain is not going to give it to him easily. She throws on the Shadow Strike and chips away at a large portion of his health. Queen of Pain, thinking she's safe, thinking the Bounty Hunter's rotated out, she's just farming. She knows she's much higher level than him. 4 levels ahead of the Bounty Hunter. But with the Lion rotating in as well, he's got his finger. He wants to put it in very inappropriate places in that Queen of Pain. But she smells a rat and she backs out. In the top lane, we've got the Juggernaut just farming. He's picked up his phase boost so that he's even faster, more able to run down people with Blade Fury, and generally just move around the map more gratefully. And the courier, Team 101, afraid of the Bounty Hunter being able to snipe the courier once more, just running it through the trees just to give the Queen of Pain her sentry wards. Actually no, give her bottle. The Earthshaker has rotated in as well. They're afraid that the Bounty Hunter is around, or additional support. There's a lot of posturing from both teams, but not much fighting at this point in time. Both teams are a little too scared just to go in for that Hail Mary all-in maneuver. Slardar's picked up his Tranquil Boots, he's 1100 gold. Juggernaut has quietly pushed the top tower all by himself with the phase boots. It'll be interesting to see what he goes next. He Blade Fury is out just as the Wraith King is about to stun him. A nice play just to get him out of danger, and the Bounty Hunter is suffering from packet loss. So we will have a pause. At 14 minutes into the game, we have a 2,500 XP lead and a 2,000 gold lead in favor of Team 101. That's not incredibly significant, and with the Wraith King building into the hand of Minus, you know that Team DG are not going to be far behind throughout the game unless Team 101 can begin to stomp, which their lineup may potentially start to do as they pick up items like items on their heroes. Juggernaut, we'll see what he builds into. Queen of Pain, she's currently got two null talents in the bottle and 1200 gold. We'll see if she builds into the Aghanim's Rush or something like a Lincoln Sphere to prevent her from being hexed or earth spiked or tracked. We'll see how aggressive Fear is feeling. Let's see if he feels the fear. Indian Dota, he's in a world of hurt. This poor guy, he's got bashed. He's got crushed. He is probably going down. Nothing Musty can do. He doesn't have the mana to help out his buddy. The Slardar managing to rotate in on the dragon and land a very good crush and amplify damage onto him, which should mean his death, even if Kaneki does not support him. The game is looking to resume, and we'll see if this kill is finished off. Slardar, he sees 2 TPs and he backs out. He even though the Dragon Knight kill is very, very critical at this point in time, considering he's top of the net worth chart, it's not worth the Slardar's life. Lion guarding his rune for the Invoker. He's pretty low in both health and mana, so that regeneration rune will really help him come back and continue to be around the map. And Team DG, Team God Supports, they're rotating in. They get a cold snap on the Earthshaker, they hex him, they amplify damage. Ow! And the crush does so much damage with that amplify damage. The minus armor reduction on an already low armor hero in the Earthshaker spells put sheer doom for him. And in the top lane, Wraith King does go down. So there is a trade for Team 101, and it's a pretty good one. Another 700 gold in their favor. Dragon Knight has picked up his Blink Dagger on top of that Earthshaker. On top of that kill on the Wraith King. He chooses not to go for the Shadow Blade and just blinks in, stuns the Bounty Hunter. A nice Tornado EMP from the Invoker, but it's not enough to stop the Juggernaut, who had Blade Furied at that point in time. And Team 101 just will look to push this into a tower. The healing ward's up in 9 seconds to allow Team 101 to reset. DG are positioning to defend with their Invoker and their Lion, but they know at this point they can't do anything. If this Dragon Knight sees the Lion, he may have to go on him, but they just TP to the bot lane. They don't want Slaughter to push by himself without any answers. So with the BKB on, with the Blink Dagger on the Dragon Knight Juggernaut, he's going for the Battle Fury. A very popular build at this point in time. No longer are we in the times of Mask of Madness and Juggernaut, but we are instead in Battle Fury Juggernaut territory once more. Dragon Knight, he's waiting out the last couple of seconds of his dragon form under guise of amplified damage. He blinks in, but the Dire will be able to see this and quickly scamper, leaving that area barren. All this time, the Wraith King is farming. He's almost picked up his Armored of Mordigian. He's just behind the 3 cores on Team 101, but that is the problem for Team DG at this point in time. Team 101, all of their cores are more farmed than any hero on Team DG, but this might change things. A kill on this Juggernaut. Oh, but he gets the Omni Slash off just before Bounty Hunter gets his kill. So he does manage to kill the Bounty Hunter. Queen of Pain rotates in, kills the Lion, but she may go down herself. A Lich Ult just to try stem the aggression. It bounces very favorably, and they may clean up the Wraith King on return. So this is still a winning trade for Team 101. Sure, they lose 2 of their cores, but they kill 3 heroes and give the Dragon Knight space to farm. Dragon Knight, he farms the top lane. He's just looking probably to get a Black King bar against things like the Invoker. That fight, even though Team 101 lost fewer heroes, it was a more significant gold swing for Team DG, although both teams did gain gold. So it was about 800 gold towards the side of Team DG. And Dragon Knight, he just wants some free right clicks on this tower. He just lays in, does some damage, Dragon Breaths the creep wave. He does not suspect Bounty Hunter is anywhere near him, but with the reveal, track, Finger of Death, stun, Dragon Knight is dead. He overstayed his welcome, tried to push a little too hard, and results in his death. Slaughter has picked up his Blink Dagger, so this will give Team DG much better initiation, as it allows them extra mobility. The Invoker is building towards an Orchid of Malevolence. He's actually completed it. The Silence will really help against both the Queen of Pain and the Juggernaut, even the Dragon Knight, to prevent him from casting his Dragon form, or the Earthshaker just to finish him off very quickly. So this early aggressive kill hero build from the Invoker is nicely suited to complement the early game capacity of Team DG. Slaughter gets a crush, Earthshaker dies very quickly, and Team 101, they're just retreating. They don't want any part of this. Juggernaut's just picked up his Battle Fury, so he's going to accelerate his farm. And meanwhile, Team DG, they're looking to press their advantage. They get a 900 gold swing off that 1 kill alone, and Juggernaut, he's bold in farming at this point in time. Bounty Hunter spots him, and he should be able to get the track off. He might even just go for the Janata first. Oh, and the great Slaughter initiation. Blink, crush, but the Juggernaut ult is enough to bring them both. Oh, and the spin, just not enough to kill both of those heroes. Oh, but the Queen of Pain blinks in and she pushes them both off with 1 Scream of Pain. The Orchid from the Invoker is enough to bring 101 fear very low and bring bring him down in the end. Kaneki, very good choice of item, paying off right away. But he does not run the right way, and he dies in the end. So another 3-for-2 trade in the favor of DG, and this time it does go Team 101's way in the money department as well. Wraith King, he's finished his armlet. He's farming up what might be a Blink Dagger, might be a BKB. Time will tell. He uses his minus just as it comes off cooldown. Very good usage of the item. Earthshaker, he's got 1100 gold. He's about 1000. He's about halfway to his Blink Dagger, just over halfway. That'll be another big item for Team 101 to allow them to initiate even better. They have decent initiate with the Dragonite Blink Stun and the Queen of Pain Blink and Rotation, but having the Earthshaker Blink Dagger will also help them take even more fights to their advantage and press even more towers even earlier. Team DG are looking to group up with 3 heroes in the bot lane. Juggernaut smells something iffy. He hides in the trees and waits for his teammates to support him. And they may be looking to smoke here. They have no smokes on their heroes though, so that's not really going to come into effect. Lich stacking the Ancients for his team nicely. The Juggernaut will be able to farm it. They sense a team fight brewing in the bot lane. A nice fissure from the Earthshaker. Does get a good initiation, but the creeps block the Juggernaut, as does the fissure. So he just gets dragged out, and the Diet chooses to rotate in, kill him with a Finger of Death, and a great 3-man scream from the Queen of Pain brings them all low. And the Bounty Hunter goes down. The fissure whiffs on the Slardar, and the Lion has managed to TP out. But Team 101 will most likely turn this into a push, having committed the Dragon Knight ultimate. He chooses just to farm creeps for now, while his teammates heal up, get a little bit of time to level 13, and Queen of Pain, she is almost finished her own Orchid to counteract that of the Invoker. Wraith King standing on the front lines with his ultimate ready, level 2, so it's not such a ridiculously long cooldown. Dragonite, he's still farming up the jungle with the cleave from his dragon form, and Team 101, they just look to back it up. They know they've got the XP graph, it's even, and Wraith King, both XP and net worth are pretty much zeroed out. This is due to great farming efficiency from the Wraith King, and Team 101 just sort of sitting in their bot bushes over here, not really doing much of anything, and definitely not farming creeps. Kaneki, Xenomarkaloff, they're looking to push this lane, backed up by their entire rest of the team, who are not showing. Lion almost has his own Blink Dagger, so things are about to get even more scary for Team 101, as if the Invoker silence wasn't enough. They'll soon have a Lion Blink Hex for in terms of instant initiation, a Slardar Blink Crush, and while God supports Team DG got the bot lane, Team 101 looked to push out the mid lane. They did manage to get some damage on the tower, but did not manage to finish the tower off completely. Queen of Pain has finished her Orchid of Malevolence, so we'll probably look to see maybe the Invoker or the Lion being silenced most of the time, but that'll be up to Fear and see what he chooses to do. Lion has managed to pick up a Blink Dagger that he was very close to for a long time. Dragonite farming out these ancient stacks. He's gone for a Maelstrom. He's gone for the early push, early damage build to allow his team to take towers now, while their team is very, very strong and provide space for his Juggernaut to farm and be the late game carry. Juggernaut, he's got his Battle Fury, he's building towards his Yasha, get some extra attack speed, get some extra movement speed, and farm up even faster. The Dire, on the other hand, they're looking to take Roshan. With the Slaughter Amplify damage, it goes down much quicker than if he was fully armored. 10 armor means that Roshan takes a lot of additional damage, and only the Slaughter and the Wraith King are really necessary to bring down this Roshan. They pop the Lincolns with the stun from the Wraith King, make sure that Amplify damage is constantly on, and it'll be interesting to see where this Aegis goes. The Wraith King pops his Mango and takes the Aegis. He knows he's the most farmed hero on his team and possibly in the game at this point in time. Bounty Hunter has scouted out the Queen of Pain, but she does evade his gank a little bit. Wraith King uses his minus once more to get a little bit of extra farm and experience, and the Dire look to push down mid lane. But Team 101, they're ready to counteract this. Oh, but BM is standing in such a good position to spot out all of the rotations. Invoker completely whiffs his Tornado, and the Wraith King just standing on the front lines. They know Team 101 don't really go, but they spotted out the Bounty Hunter. They silence him, they use the Scream, but the Dire have initiated. The Lich going down in a matter of moments. Bounty Hunter does go down as well, and the Wraith King will suffer his first death of a potential 3 with his Aegis the Immortal. And a decent Echo Slam and a good Sonic Wave from the Queen of Pain allow this to be a very good fight for Team 101. They've taken 3 for 1, they've killed the Wraith King twice, they might just kill him again. A stun from the Wraith King means that they fight for a little more, but a great fissure from the Earthshaker traps the Dire Heroes in, and it's a 7 for 1, with the Wraith King going down 3 times. And all of the heroes on Team DG, the God supports, going down. That was just a fight of Team 101 knowing when their cooldowns were up, knowing their positioning, and making sure no one really got caught out too much. Sure, their Bounty Hunter may have died, I think. No. The Lich died, but none of their cores actually died, and this means that they may actually even be able to push high ground. But they elect to be content with the tier 2 and back out and farm. So after that very, very good fight, the net worth was looking to dip towards Team DG, Team God supports, but now it's evened out again. Dragonite is once again on top of the net worth charts, with Wraith King just behind him. Juggernaut just behind him. He's picked up his Yasha, so his farm will accelerate even more with this Battle Fury and the pickup of the Yasha. Wraith King, he's picking up either a Desolator or a Black King bar. Either would be a fairly good choice. There's a decent amount of magic control in the form of the Dragonite stun and the Earthshaker, but the Desolator could also work wonders. We'll see what the Wraith King decides to build. The Invoker, with his extra gold, he's managed to pick up a Yule Scepter to increase the initiation power of DG even more. Fear, he hasn't picked up any items after that, but he's got 1800 gold, so he might look to pick up the point booster for his Aghanim Scepter, or maybe the first piece of an Iron Skadi, who knows. Maybe even a BKB, just to prevent himself from being stunned. In the jungle, Invoker has spotted out the Juggernaut. He's questioning whether he can actually kill him, and the Juggernaut finds his jungle found. He should be suspicious at this point. Oh, he gets slowed by the Invoker. He gets silent, and oh, what a great Cyclone! But a great timing on the spin is just enough to save him, going out on about 20 health, if that. And Invoker gets rotated on, and he goes down at the end. His big pink Invokery butt going to the winds in his painful death animation. Nice 500 gold in the pockets of Team 101. The Juggernaut, he didn't really need to use much. He just used his spin. He's still got his Omni Slash. He's still got everything he could want to do. But BM, he was spotted out. They've seen him. Do they have a gem? Yes, they have a gem on the Dragon Knight. So this Bounty Hunter will be much less effective in being able to provide vision as he did in the previous fight. The Dragon Knight also picked up his BKB. He's tanky. He's got lots of damage. He's got vision. He's got initiation. He's kitted out for this period of the game. And Team 101 looking to press their advantage. Wraith King, he does a little bit of damage to the tier 2, but with Team 101 on their doorstep, he looks to get back. Slaughter, he's picked up his 4-stuff. He lands a nice crush on 3 or 4 heroes, but it's not enough. They just pop the Dragon Form. Oh, and they blink in on the Invoker before he gets his spells off. He BKBs. The Invoker goes down before the fight even starts, and he doesn't have buyback. Dragon Knight, he's just sitting there wailing on every single hero on Team DG. A nice, another 3-man crush from Murasame, but it's not enough. He 4-stuffs, but the Omni Slash follows him. 4 heroes are down on Team DG. This is looking dire for them. Wraith King, he's gone down. He's probably going to go down again. But he does manage to get a blink out, but the silence from the Queen of Pain comes out. He is just buying time. And Team 101, they're going to take a lane of racks off of this. Wraith King's down for 60 seconds. And everyone else on Team DG is down for at least 20. They take the melee racks and they don't even bother with the ranged rack. They know they have bigger fish to fry. They take down the tier 3 in mid lane. They're going to aim to take out the melee barracks in this lane as well before the Team DG respawns, and they are successful in doing so. They take out the ranged racks as well, and that'll mean 2 lanes of racks for Team 101 at just before the half an hour mark. And this is going to be very hard for Team DG to come back from. Eddie Naboba having a perfect initiation onto the Invoker. Saw that he was coming in, Blink, stunned him, BKB'd, Dragon Formed, and just with the support of his team was able to bring him down before anything even happened. They rotate top and take the top tier 2, and their cooldowns are almost all up again. The Dragon Form has 17 seconds on the cooldown, and as the game gets significantly bad, Melanchan has disconnected from the game. Your mom, he's picked up a 4-staff on top of his Blink Dagger, so he'll be able to blink in and 4-staff himself out. Some bad mouthing coming out from Musty. That'll be recorded on Twitch and on YouTube for posterity. Oops. Oopsie. Good game, well played, called from Zeno. But it's not an actual GG. He's just abusing his own teammate, who hates him anyway. And the game has resumed, but the Lion, he's still disconnected. I don't know why they've resumed this game when they're playing 4 down. They've called good game. Half an hour in, Team DG, they call it. They've had enough. They don't want to waste any more of their time or morale with this game. Team 101 taking the game in 30 minutes, 34 seconds. Nice dominant performance. A couple of crucial team fights going Team 101's way, where they managed to get 5-man wipes or better, with the Wraith King going down 3 times in one fight. Some very good team fight execution from Team 101 gives them the game and the points. And thank you for joining me. I have been PizzaDog Dota. You can follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/PizzaDogDota. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel. Search PizzaDog Dota on YouTube. You can follow me on Twitter @PizzaDogDota, and thank you. I hope you watch more of the Gamicon 2015, and I hope you catch more of my cards in the future. Thank you for your support, and keep enjoying the game, friends. Most important thing is to have fun. Thank you, and good night.